left.
You're on the left this time.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're in a 69 Datsun Roadster. And this car has 32 miles on it right now after a fresh frame-off restoration. And you want to tell us a little bit about the engine and the drivetrain combination and some more details about it?
Sure. Okay, so this is a 69 Datsun 1600 Roadster. It's been completely resto-modded. So Nissan S14 SR20 DE engine and the 5-speed transmission.
About 160 wheel horsepower?
We think right about 160. The dyno guy said he lost his calibration, so I don't know what it is. We don't have the actual number. All we know is it drives good.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, the S14 SR20, the 5-speed. The rear axle is a narrowed axle out of a FB RX-7, first gen, with the limited slip.
Clutch type?
The clutch type.
Awesome.
Let's see, this car has cams and a new computer. And like I said, we think it's putting out about 160.
Okay. Suspension?
Okay, so these cars came with a double wishbone front, the coil spring over the shock. We are using a set of lowering front springs, a Nissan competition from before there was such a thing as Nismo. The Nissan competition front sway bar, which is 23 millimeters or basically an inch.
Okay.
And then in the rear, it is your basic live axle on leaf springs.
Okay.
If you've driven a 1950s pickup, you know exactly what we got going on back here.
And there is a little bit of slap to it compared to, like, you know, obviously a modern unibody car with coilovers and all that stuff, but it actually does feel pretty well sorted for what it is.
Well, it helps that these don't weigh anything. This is about a 2,000 pound car, so it's not that hard to keep it in line.
Right.
You're absolutely right. You compare this to, say, the GTR you just drove, and there's no way to be anywhere near as precise.
Right.
That being said,
a lot more chassis flex. You can definitely feel, but
this also doesn't have a roof. You know.
Yeah, so far it's driving really well. Yeah, the drivetrain, nice and modern, so
it really matches this car.
Yeah, it's not overpowering the chassis at all. Not a ton of torque, but I don't think you would really want a ton of torque.
We've seen these built with the KAs, and they have a lot more torque. They lose some of the fun factor. You want to have fun with this, downshift.
Yeah, exactly.
With the KA cars, you just give it gas and it goes.
Yeah, which actually, like, you have one of these, and it has an SR20 VE.
I have the VE.
And that's even more fun. You get more power, and it's all up top. So.
Yeah, mine has even less torque than this car does, but it has a lot more power. Well, mine has about the same torque as this car.
Similar feel to like an AP1 S2000.
Yeah.
High revving, not a ton of torque, probably a little more, but
mine makes all of its power from 5 to 9.
Exactly.
This car makes its power from 38 to 7. I personally like the feel of these old little roadsters of asking you to drive it.
Yeah.
If you want to go fast, go down a gear.
Yeah.
Give it some gas. It'll do it.
No power steering, no power brakes, no ABS, just you and the car.
Your brain is the computer.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for old cars in that respect. And when you add got a modern engine like this, it just makes them drive so much better that you can actually enjoy the driving experience a little more even.
Exactly. The best part of these cars, by far, is it's not something you see every day.
Yeah, almost never see these things. Especially this nice.
Yeah, and I mean, as you look around this, you can see this dash is...
Everything is pristine.
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, it is just money. And the owner has had an absolute ball building this. And the real beauty of these is because of their age, they truly are, you can do what you want with it. Unlike a modern car, you don't have to fight the police to put a turbo on your S chassis.
Yeah, California, so strict with all of the laws for the cars.
Absolutely.
Anything older than 72, is it?
75.
75, okay. Anything older than 75, you can pretty much do whatever you want, so.
Yeah, as long as it's within reason.
Right.
And when we build these like this, if you didn't know any better from the outside, you wouldn't know any better.
Right.
I mean, this is where it's just, this is the perfect car.
Yeah.
The road's nice and windy. You don't need to go that fast to have fun.
Right. It's funny too, because the engine braking works so well because there's no weight.
Yeah. It doesn't do everything for you. You don't have to go that fast to make it interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That is true.
So this is KRD.
Yeah.
This is where we build these. This is where we build these little things.
So we're out here at Kevins
Roadster Designs.
Kevins Roadster Designs with the SR20 Datsun 69 Roadster. And we're gonna take a little shop tour. Show you this real quick. We got the man Mike's R32 over here too. And of course the shop dogs. Gotta have the shop dogs.
Gotta have shop dogs. So at KRD we do, well, Kevin does everything from stock, maintenance stuff on roadsters, rebuilds on the stock stuff, to building full customs like the one you rode in. This car came in seized engine. It's in the process of having a new engine put together. We found a new long block for it.
The original R series.
R series motor. It's a push rod, 1.6 liter. A claimed output of 96 horsepower at the crank. This one came in for a full custom. He wanted a kind of a luxury tourer feel.
Still an R series, or is this an
This is an SR20
okay.
DE. He wanted a modern-ish stereo, a modern-ish interior. We let him do the interior.
Came out pretty nice.
Yeah. So there's a little more cleanup work to be done on this one to get it ready and on the road. It's close. Needs battery mount and some interior stuff. And just a few other cleanups, and then the paint needs a cleanup. But it's close.
Got a bunch of spares.
A lot of spares. You know, and when you're dealing with 50-year-old cars, if you need glass, you need to find your own glass. So we have windshields and
all kinds of extras, extra wheels.
Kevin keeps this place ready to go.
Nice wheels.
we think that we're kind of the hoarders of the Watanabes right now. because we got quite a few of them laying around.
Got the metalworking tools.
Quite a bit of stuff needs to happen to make these things work.
An extra chassis over here, so you guys do everything.
Yeah, this is a chassis that has been modified and is ready to go for an SR20. It's two or three cars from now. That's the chassis. They take 2 years, maybe more, to build. From the time you start, it's locate all the parts, and each one of these shelves is somebody else's car ready to go to bed together. Whether, some of them, the parts are ready to go out for upholstery. A few of them where the parts are all in the plastic is the stuff that's come back, and those cars are closer to being built.
And there's actually a 3-year waiting list for Kevin.
I mean, it's hard to put a number on it. It all depends on what you want done. If you want a full custom like this one, you're going to be in probably about 3 years to get your car done.
Wow.
The blue one, where all we're doing is doing a rebuild on the motor, a couple months. If we can locate the motor, that's a 1-day process, to build the motor. If we had to send it out and have it machined and locate pistons, and that's a whole nother
yeah. That's where the time comes.
Where he did not have an original matching motor, so there was no point in trying to save what had been,
And then, of course, your other car here.
This is my car, SR20 VE.
About 210 wheel horsepower.
That's where it came out.
ITBs, stock internals?
No, this is full. Well, the crank is a stock that has been lightened and balanced, and then Manley rods, CP 12.5 pistons.
Wow.
The ITBs, BC springs and retainers, 2-piece springs, titanium retainers.
Nice custom header.
N1 cams.
N1 cams.
It's built to spin. Goes over 9,000 RPM. The tuner kept getting scared on the on the dyno. He's like, "Really? Okay."
Keep going, if you say so.
And
yeah, it's a heck of a place, and if anybody has an old Datsun, what year range?
Well, the Roadsters were from 63 to 70.
Okay.
These were replaced by the 240Z.
Okay.
In Japan, the Z's are the Fairlady Z. Here, in Japan, these were Fairladies. I think Nissan thought they couldn't sell a Fairlady sports car in America.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Had to change the name.
They were the 1600.
Yeah, if anybody in California needs work on their old Datsun, definitely check these guys out.
Well, and Kevin does them. There's customers in Arizona, and people. When you start getting this far back, there are not a lot of people who have the knowledge of the cars. It's not like you can go to your local Miata mechanic and say, "Well, it's kind of Miata. It's a small Japanese two-seat." No, this is a whole different game.
Yeah.
So Kevin has just encyclopedic knowledge of these. He's been working on these since he was young, and now he's my age. He knows these cars inside and out, and it's amazing what he gets done.
Yeah, we just drove the SR20 DE car that they just finished. It had 29 miles in it, I think, when we left.
Yeah, it's probably closer to 50 now.
Yeah, that was a really fun experience, and thanks again for letting me drive that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, awesome time. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out.
Anytime, and he is a Nissan Challenge competitor.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll see you at the track pretty soon.
I just replaced the clutch on this one. I'm ready to go.
Awesome. So cool. Thanks again, Mike.